That's one hell of a hook right there. How y'all guys doing today? It's an EF project now.
So what happened, David?
Race car.
Race car is his answer. In reality, his fuel pump died.
In reality, I need a bigger Phillips screwdriver.
Yeah. Yeah, well, his fuel pump decided to shit the bill. And Hillcrest, so.
The cop told me last night I had a race car.
He told you had a race car?
He's like, yo, here's your race car. So I was like, yep, race car. So my fuel pump went out. He's like,
he was laughing because back at his house he had a Toyota Super Turbo.
probably so. See, we was thinking like no cool cops were the ones that used to street race as kids.
Yeah.
Or teenagers. And just knew how we were. They didn't really care. It was laid back morning thing. He's like, when the two boys come flying up last night, he's like, and then I ain't got a radar out here.
Anyway.
I'm gonna have to break this wire because it ain't coming off.
Well, the fuel pump died, and so I went and picked David up last night. And when we went to David's house and couldn't get a pump because the tank got scrapped that he had extra. And
You got mad as shit.
yeah, and so then we came back here to rob the pump out of this. And I didn't pay no attention when David was doing it. But he didn't either. Because EFs, you have to drop the gas tanks, and I wasn't thinking. And David wasn't thinking. And he pulled the seat out and grabbed the sending unit, which is separate between the cars. The pump and the sending unit aren't made together like most cars.
Cut that wire with?
Sure.
So we grabbed the sending unit and drove out there and installed the sending unit in the car. And it wasn't until he was plugging the wires up that I realized something was wrong when there were no fuel lines attached to said sending unit. And so the car just had to stay out there the night, and hopefully it didn't get towed by the city. So now Jesse's underneath here pulling the...
I need a 10 wrench too. Yeah, I said a 10 wrench.
Pulling the pump out of the other blue EF hatchback so that we can drive out there with the new pump and hopefully install it in the parking lot where he's broken down at before.
And we're gonna film it all.
And we'll film it hopefully before anybody realizes the car is still sitting there since last night. So well, hopefully they still don't care, and hopefully the people that own that place won't come by and see it sitting there. So.
How do you find using 10 snips to cut that wire? That's all we got.
Yeah, that'll work. I swear every day, every time that I plan to bring out Mad Max over there and start on it, something goes wrong on a damn Honda. Every time. At this rate, that station wagon's gonna sit there forever.
What?
You need 10.
We just need to give up on life and buy a Buick.
Nah.
Just be done.
We're gonna blow out and buy me another Fox body.
No more problems.
What can we get on our little truck over here?
Like a '89 LeSabre, and then no more problems.
Buy me a Chrysler LeBaron. What the fuck you all?
Oh, you're going Chrysler LeBaron?
What these bolts strip?
Oh.
I think Jesse would just buy another Ford F-150,
Yes, I would.
another tow rig, and then I'll go back to
Small 10.
still on the thing, and then I'll go back to a Buick, and you can just go buy your LeSabre or a Fox body, and we'll call this whole car thing over with.
Yeah, we can go back to our daily beaters. All stock lot. And more Hondas.
So we'll let Jesse go finish pulling this fuel pump assembly out, and then when this is over with, we'll head down there to the parking lot and remove that fuel pump and swap it out. So we're kind of parroting a YouTube TV show now, sponsored by Hot Rod Magazine kind of deal. Because in their typical fashion, we tried to drive an old car far and it wouldn't do it, and now we're got a fuel pump down. So we left the car overnight at the car wash and just had to push it from over there where the yellow poles are over here to this big empty lot. Thankfully there were people over there outside doing stuff, and they were willing to let us park the car over here long enough to swap the fuel pump out. So now we're gonna jack the car up, drop the tank, install a new fuel pump, or a used fuel pump we took out of the blue hatch, and hopefully if everything goes well, the car will run and will take us home. Alright, Jesse, explain what happened.
This is an old car. He don't need me driving it. Right now.
And so now, what are you having to do?
Fucking fuel pumping on the side of the road.
Yep. Look at that Corolla. Hells yeah. We'll get it jacked up, and hopefully we can get it high enough we can get underneath it, and got all our tools and the new fuel pump. And we'll be ready to motivate.
I'm debating on smoking another cigarette.
What do you think time-wise we'll be here so we can
about an hour.
Bust that budget? We're at 2:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday. So let's see how long it takes us to actually get it swapped.
Yeah.
So Jesse's got the old pump out, which looks just...
Yeah, I have a pocket. That little Phillips? Yeah. I didn't bring another wire though. As long as you got that motherfucker, I would round this son of a bitch out. Hold this.
Look at that pump. To think that this car drove to Tennessee with that pump in it at one time. Golly. It's ridiculous, just the thought of it.
Show the old fucking wiring out of one. Give me that old Phillips. Here, grab that Phillips.
There it goes. So now we got to get the other pump and get it in the tank and test to see if it's getting fueled in, and we'll be good to go. Alright. Well, we are waiting on David, because after installing the fuel pump, we come to find out it wasn't the fuel pump.
Freaking phone.
Because David has this picture on his dash that covers up all of his warning lights, because that's a very smart move. Well, anyway, he had it covered, and when he would turn the ignition switch on, the fuel pump wouldn't prime, but none of the gauge lights would come on except for the battery light. That's an indicator that your main relay is bad. David was just assuming it was a fuel pump issue.
Hey, are you running Harley?
So now we had to
some shit.
bring David up here to O'Reilly's.
Put in the fucking car and change the fuel pump. Like I told David, at the motherfucking house, it's the main relay. Yep. After I told him at the house, after I dropped 2 fuel pumps and put 1 in. Tyler.
Well.
No, he's buying one right now.
Jesse
We talking about somebody's fucking mad. It's almost $60.
Because Jesse climbed underneath the car and
Cause I went on both them
He was
motherfucking cars
underneath the
and
car.
went in the
Installed
dirt
the fuel
and the
pump.
side of the fucking car wash
on the side of the road.
to put this motherfucker in, and the
it's not the
fucker,
fuel pump.
none of his indicator lights on the dash is coming on, but the battery one. And that's the fucking main relay. Like I told him at the house, that's the main relay.
So
He's
now,
like, no, it's fuel pump.
so now David's in O'Reilly.
Well, let me call Harley. She just beats in.
Because we just had to drive forever to find an
Alright,
actual
bye.
parts store that sells a main relay because no stores have one. So we're sitting here in Charlene, got the air conditioning cranking, which feels great. And
Got a man motherfucker over here.
and you got a map on it. Look at his arms. He crawled up underneath the car in the dirt.
Let me tell you something. The main motherfucking relay was bad on the car. David's. Yeah, after I crawled up under the one at Jay's house, took the fucking fuel pump out, then went on the side of the fucking road at the car wash and pulled his out and put 1 in. No, the fucking fuel pump.
So,
Yeah, like I told him at the house,
so
did
he
I not?
swapped the fuel pump and it wasn't the fuel
'Cause-
pump.
No, so he's buying one right now.
So,
No, not damn. He's gonna learn his fucking lessons. Like I told him at the house. Main relay. You know what? Okay, see, the only indicator light that was coming on was his battery light. Because he had these stupid pictures of him and Hannah covering every damn thing else up. So you can't see shit. And damn thing wasn't even coming on. Well, here he comes, so I'm gonna get off phone. Yeah, so I'm gonna get off phone. Here he is.
there comes hatchback boy.
Alright, bye.
You got your relay?
Yeah.
Is it the right one?
Yeah. Let me see.
Let's observe.
That's is it a 4-prong or 7? It's a 7-prong. Bam. Damn right. Now let's go with this motherfucker in.
All right. Now we're back to the car wash to install the main relay that David thought was the fuel pump.
David's doing this shit.
All right.
Hardest thing installing cars is main relay.
Jesse's sitting there pressing buttons on the dash. It's up there underneath the hood of my car. I gotta tighten my battery back down.
Alright.
Here, I don't need this.
Jesse thought the battery was dead, so I took the one out of my car. It might not have been dead, because he turned the key on. He's sitting over there pressing that silver button, trying to make it crank. All I had to do was turn the key to the run position.
I think the fuel pump's gone.
You've still got other problems. Something else is fucked up in the electrical system. You got no instrumentation.
Oh, juice, no.
That was for the tail lights.
Yeah, no, juice lights go good.
Tell us on what?
Juice lights go good.
Yeah.
They make the gauges work though?
Yeah.
Oh, well fuck
I
that.
pulled over for that one time. I drove like a block with it, no lights. My dash pulled me over. All your tail lights are out. Thank God you pulled me over.
EDF and up fucking cross. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Fucking fuel pump my ass. I told this damn nigga at the house. Main relay's fucking bad. No, it's a fuel pump. So I'm gonna crawl up under 2 fucking cars and put 1 in this motherfucking dirt.
Well, you're getting gas out of this. Shut up.
And I'm getting food.
Okay.
Still, like I told you at the house, you could have already been at work. And I wouldn't have none of this grease on me.
Yeah, it's almost 4:30 now.
Alright, bro.
Alright, well we're gonna put the battery back at Charlene and don't let that positive touch nothing. Now let's get this over with. So, would you like to elaborate, Jesse?
That piece of shit hatchet broke down again.
So instead of this being a video I was gonna post, it'd be like 15 minutes long about our epilogue to go rescue David's hatchback. This has turned into a very angering trek to try to convince David he needs another car. after you just finished, this is a new clip, I'm gonna have to edit this in. Y'all just finished watching us get the hatchback running, and I was putting my battery back in my car. Me and Jesse left in my awesome Corolla of awesomeness in the air conditioning and went home. Jesse got showered, we got changed clothes, we were gonna go out to eat at Pizza Hut.
Where David works.
Where David works, and he was gonna pay for it. Well, we get where do we get? Let's see. Back, and then David calls as we're getting ready to leave to go back to my house, and he's like, I'm broken down again. This time in a place called Arcadia. He made it to his work, and turns out his work didn't even need him. They brought in another cook, so he could have come straight home. He said the car ran fine all the way to his work. He got to work, and then it didn't want to idle and kept cutting off. He made it just a little bit up the road, and now it won't do anything. Look, there's Brandon of Brandon's Peakness and whatever he wants to do. And
Silver Steelies.
and them Silver Steel. Oh my God, it's smoking! Look.
What?
Holy shit, that thing was burning old. God dang. I should have. No, I should have turned the camera around so you could have seen it. Holy crap. I haven't talked to Brandon in a while, but God dang, it was just sitting there idling, smoking like a freight train. This is another reason this badge means so much to me. God, I love you. Anyway, so now
The Del Sol's still doing good though.
yeah, the Del Sol's still going. She did have to have another heart transplant, but she's still going. We'll give her credit where credit is due. Although Charlene, we got some years behind her. They got, them Honda people got a lot of catching up to do.
I got a month.
He's got a month. But anyway, we're headed way down here now. I'm gonna stop by my house.
Nightmare pulled that man. Everybody's going way past the speed limit.
We're gonna stop by my house, and I'm gonna grab a pair of jeans that's not skinny and brand new, so that I don't get them greasy in case I have to get up underneath the car. And
I'm not getting greasy.
yeah, he's not getting dirty. So, well, you know, that's a good point. You're wearing good clothes. You're not getting dirty. I'm not getting dirty. We're just gonna go see what's wrong and probably pick him up, right?
Probably. But
So,
I believe this car's out of gas, man.
Jesse thinks it's out of gas because when he changed the fuel pump,
It was barely empty.
Yeah, he said the tank was really empty, and I never heard it slosh. So there's a very good possibility the car is just out of gas. But either way, I consider this a breakdown.
I think I told David when he left to go get some gas.
Yeah, well, obviously he didn't. So we're gonna, I guess I'll still stop by my house, but I'm not changing clothes.
They get a gas jug.
Yeah, we're gonna get a gas jug.
It's like Capri Suns.
And we ain't putting, dang Cavalier, we're not putting gas in the jug for him. We're just gonna take him the jug. And be like, you know what goes in this? Do you know what goes in this, David?
Gas.
What goes in this?
Gas.
And what goes in the tank underneath your car?
Air.
That's probably what it is.
He been dumping Mountain Dew in his damn thing. That's what it is.
Mountain. Well, in that case, you know, I've got him covered. That ought to be enough to get him somewhere.
Should be. I think
Yeah.
you're fine.
25 miles an hour. Whoa, we some Thug Nasty's doing 30.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. So I'll stop by the house and get out of my way. Heavy Chevy, you right all up in my lane.
That was the parents.
Yeah, I wonder why they're walking.
Picture size. Should have stopped and told your dad he needs to stay in bed. He's getting a little old with his gray hair.
They're like, you gonna pop a hip, old man? Where's that walker at? You know you're not supposed to be out there on your two legs.
Oh, all that gray hair getting
All right.
somewhere.
Look, there's the lot. They've cleared out a lot now. All right, Tim's home too, so we get to tell him the epilogue of this adventure.
Look at that Del Sol.
In that Del Sol.
Oh, and I might be trading the rims I just got on my car for another Del Sol.
Yep.
Another project. shut the garage door. You can't shut that door. I'm gonna go press the button.
Alright, so now we're gonna go and get a gas jug and go pick up the David in his hatchback. Recording?
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so we're coming up on our repo car now, man. It's sitting down here in this vacant lot in front of what used to be the post office, a place called Arcadia. And truck rig's not been running good, man. We've had a lot of problems. Hopefully it'll get us there. And we can get this thing loaded and get out of there before anyone sees us. It's already pegging out on the temperature gauge, and it's transmission. It's a Ford, and it's kind of over this rig. But if I can get this last call in, man, we'll have a this truck.
There's a couple lights so nobody can see us.
Just that kid.
Here.
There it is. Okay.
Here it is.
Pull it out. See if I can't whip this thing back over there real quick.
And here's the suspect. Can barely see it, but
Sitting here. So let's see if we can get down here in front.
we got a call earlier where it was sitting at.
People called and said they broke down over here earlier.
So we're just gonna snatch it up. See if we can get out here without nobody noticing. When you gotta run the vents.
Yeah, I was wondering. There's not many of these cars left. I'm almost positive this is going to Shit, there's stuff covering the van. We'll be back soon. Okay. He's gonna be coming back. He locked the doors.
Oh, we got a spare
You got
key.
the spare key for this car? Yeah, Title Loan Company gave us the key, so let's get this thing.
You gotta make sure it's right there. Look on the door. Look on the door. Yep, right there.
This is it. Alright. Okay. Keys. We have keys. Let's see if it'll run.
Cut this thing off.
Battery's completely dead. Okay. You still recording?
Yeah, I was about to cut it off though. Alright,
We gotta
we're going out for a brief second.
We gotta get this.